I'm going to give you your engine. I'm going to give you a tip that's worth $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to you. It's called operating costs. Repeat, or maintenance. Most of it's operating costs because you got to take your car, you got to change your tires, you got to change the oil. If something happens with your right window when it gets hot, you got to replace the battery, or you have to replace the gas cap that gets lost, or you got to fix the window that's cracked. That's all called operating costs. So if your car payments, for most people, they're buying their cars on credit, it's playing like $500 for a middle class car, up to $1,000, $300 for a luxury car. That's just the car payment. That's $1,300. $500 to $1,300 coming out your pocket. Now, operating costs. I'm going to take my car in next week to change the oil, look at the window, get some advice. That's going to cost me about $100, $150, $200. That's called operating costs. Has nothing to do with the car payment. Has nothing to do with the insurance. That's $300 or $400. It's called operating costs. That's why you get broke when you have a car. You can make the payment, you can make the insurance, but people don't budget for the operating costs. So I'm just letting you know, because because at the Hargrave, some guy had the Audi, and I was listening. How much gas you put in there? $5. That's like a 3-liter. It's the 4-door. Remember the old 4-door ones back in 2018, 2019? $5. I'm like, really? You're putting $5 in basically like a V6 engine. Where the hell are you gonna go, man? 10 miles and come home? That's what I mean. You have the insurance paid, you have the payment. People don't have that operating cost, so they can't go that. Not too many places when that operating cost, just the carrying cost and the operating cost. So I just want you to think, before you go out there and make a payment like, I'm gonna go to the bar and just have a drink, the operating cost, if you put that on credit, is you have to pay an extra $10, $15, $20 if you don't pay that credit back in 30 days. That's what I say. If you can't pay that credit back in 30 to 60 days, don't use it. But that is your word for the day. Operating costs. That's why people are going into debt for some of these cars. They don't know how to handle the operating costs. Not planned for.